what's up guys? A top pro player just built a new high skill monk wizard deck that has substantial survivability. And when it's played well, its remarkable success is reflected in its rank at number 25 in the world. The wizard graveyard skeletons and mortar goblins have infinite tank potential. Whether you're blocking and bouncing back with the monk ability, staying alive and scattering your opponent's units with the wizard shield, distracting with the guards, freezing with the ice spear, and pulling things back with the tornado, this deck is impossible to break through. And of course your high damage cards with wizard, goblins, and graveyard skeletons are gonna thrive. Because with your abundance of tanks, it's super easy for them to survive. And since half the deck can manipulate your opponent's placements, freeze their stuff, and stop them from dealing damage, this is one of the most effective decks to make outplays and outright win with your skill. If you have one evolution, either work, but I would use wizard. Let's bounce our opponents back an unbelievable distance using our monk, wizard shield, and tornado to assert dominance. And massive monk love to everyone that's supporting the channel with credit code SirTag. All right, so jump into the game here. The guy's got a little prince in the banner, and we're ready to go and catch him and snatch him with our monk. Best thing about monk is it's phenomenal in the meta against wizard, it's great against little prince, and it's really good against the dagger duchess too, because you're able to deplete all the daggers and reflect them back at your opponent's face just in the duration that the monk has its ability. Interesting that he's going to click the void spell on the monk. I guess he hates it that much. So he is able to kill the majority of the monk, but he still loses his ghost. I wonder if I can get the ability down fast enough. Do I get anything? No! Yo, I got trolled so hard by that monk. I thought for sure we would at least get the ability to reflect back maybe 2 or 3 shots back at the dagger duchess, but I got absolutely nothing. Anyway, we know that our opponent's gonna have a void spell, so it's imperative that we go and protect our wizard here and then see what he wants to do. So he's gonna start to cook with the zap. I wonder if it's worth it for us to go for a graveyard because he's down a lot of elixir. Even if we don't get that much damage with the wizard, we should be able to get a lot of damage with the skeletons. Also, the dagger duchess is already depleted. The wizard is on its last leg, but Harry Potter is splashing onto that as well. Phenomenal stuff for us. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we were able to go and catch the little prince and get the royal ghost obliterated by both dagger duchesses. So then guess what? Little prince died faster. We didn't exhaust all the daggers from the left-hand side. We got some on the right on top of the little prince. So we're just in a really good spot. Royal Ghost died quickly, so then, you know, we had enough daggers to finish off the little prince and not take any damage. Usually, if you just have one tower concentrating on top of the Royal Ghost there, then you're going to take a lot. Also, Mortar, the one weakness that I would say is it really isn't great into Void. Usually, when you cycle anything into the Void and you take a negative trade, like a Mortar is a -1 trade in the Void, it's awful. But because we end up having a card situation where we get an evolution, it is worth it in my situation. Also, we're going to pop the monk ability. I don't think we're going to get that much damage. We only get 2 daggers back in our opponent's face. Correction, we got a 3rd. The monk was like, Jake, I disappointed you at the start. We're going to be your savior now. Also, if he decides to spam into us, we might be able to go ice spear on top of every... Ooh, that was ambitious, and it was not good for us. I wonder, we're going to knock back the Royal Ghost guaranteed, right? Very cool. We can get a monk down here as well, and then we can get guards down. And I think that we're not going to lose the game, but the Battle Ram is doing a lot of damage to my tower. Bouncing back and forth, kind of like a joyride, you know? Not very joyous for us, but, you know, well played by our opponent. Oh my gosh, he's going to have Mother Witch, and he just unveiled it now. You monster. You absolute freaking monster. How dare you have this card in your deck and not display it until now? This is like the worst possible situation for us. We're going to wait a little bit, then we're going to go in for our guards. We definitely do want to be able to kill this royal... Oh, no. Royal pain in the butt right now. Jeez, dude. He has really got no chill whatsoever here. We're going to pop this back and hopefully use the monk to knock everything away. We're also going to click the monk ability just so we're going to stay alive a little bit longer. I was kind of expecting him to spam more stuff at the river, but he didn't, interestingly enough. All right, so if he goes void, it does kill our wizard. There's really not much we can do about it. I do think we want to go guards here, though, in case we, you know, get bamboozled by a P.E.K.K.A bridge spammer. Yo, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's going in for the void. Very good spot for us to be in, though, because he should lose the P.E.K.K.A here. And then I think I'm going to be able to go and protect this with the monk. If that goes onto the monk as protected, and then we can go in and finish off the little prince, we are in a freaking amazing position because I made that prediction. The mortar even locks onto the tower. Let's go, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Good gameplay all around here. We're going to be able to go and click a tornado maybe if we're really feeling frisky. And then we might be able to splash on the tower if we're lucky, but it didn't happen. So it is what it is. Could have been a little bit better, no doubt about it, but it is what it is. We're going to go in for another Ice Spirit and then get a Wizard here. If we're able to get a surround with the guards, then we're hard chilling. Definitely want to be able to finish that stuff off before we go in for a bad play. I'm going to go for the monk right now, so we should be able to destroy the little prince and then also get some value with the dagger duchess getting a lot of damage back at itself. I'm going to go for a defensive mortar here just because I don't trust myself on defense. I think it's going to be a little bit better to play like this. Also going for the wizard just to guarantee that the mortar does not die. He's going to go for an Evo Zap, so I guess this guy has other plans. Wait, there's no way that hits my tower, right? Yeah, I figured it wouldn't. All right, so we're going for a mortar here, and then we can go for a poison. That's going to encapsulate the little prince and the mother witch. I couldn't go for graveyards because he had mother witch in cycle, and now the mother witch out of cycle means that we can go and be a bit more of a savage, you know? This is the way that we wanted to play Clash Royale, as intended. We're going to pop the ability here because the mother witch is targeting the monk, and that means that we're going to steal the mother witch and turn it into a pig for our team. That's over. Despite our opponent having one of the most obnoxious decks in the game, with a Mother Witch and Dagger Duchess against our graveyard deck, we popped through with a W. It was just the icing on the cake, stealing the Mother Witch from our opponent using our monk. Popping a Mother Witch into a pig costs 6 elixir, but it feels priceless, as we're pigging out on our opponent's medals at 6,500 in the world. We got a game against someone with an evolved barbarian in the banner, so our first play is to blast him with a mortar. It's always awesome playing against barbarians when you have a wizard, since you're able to splash that thing down quite quick. Also, when we find out their opponent's going to have Hunter, it's a 4-for-4 trade. You are finishing off the mortar, but you're getting a bad trade in the end. I'm sorry, my friend, but we're cycling the evolution, and there's no such thing as an evolved Hunter yet. So after seeing a giant skeleton and a Hunter, it's going to be one of two things, Royal Hogs or a balloon deck. That's what we're assuming right now. Maybe he'll do a switch up and a swerve, but I doubt it. He's got a fisherman, and we're making a prediction with guards. It's pretty obvious if he was going to be running some sort of Royal Hogs version. They always have fishermen. We're going to pop the ability as it gets pulled, so then the monk does 500 damage to the left-hand side, usually. Maybe a little bit less right now, but that's what we like to see. Solid 400 damage at the start of the match. And the wizard, oh yes, cleaning up skeletons, depleting the Dagger Duchess of daggers, and now we reign supreme with so many skeletons surrounding the tower and engulfing and summoning a giant skeleton, it seems. So really solid start for us. Play patient with this deck until you find the opportunities. When you're up a lot, when you've won the bridge battle, that's when you go in for the win. We're going to go for the mortar on the other side just to go and pull the giant skeleton a little bit further, and then we can go for a wizard off to the side here too. I'm hoping that I can activate King Tower, but I don't think it's going to happen. Probably better for us to just let this thing go, and the wizard splash damage from the death damage will do enough to be able to finish off the giant skeleton with nothing else needed. Unfortunately, the fisherman for him should die. Yeah, very cool. Reason why we don't go for the guards early was just because I wanted to savor the situation and not like drop them into the Lector Spirit, but I had to anyway, and it just didn't feel good, you know? It is what it is. Cycling the monk in the back to bop back the giant skeleton and put ourselves in a position where we can pop the ability and stop our opponent from spamming into us. You know, we played against a P.E.K.K.A Mother Witch player. I wonder if this guy is also going to be running a similar strat. Okay, we got to go and stop the fisherman from pulling our monk, so we're going to pop the ability here, and then we're also going to go in for a wizard. The reason why we go for wizard right now is just because we want to splash into the royal giant. And y'all might be noticing that I'm not playing super aggressive in this matchup because I'm up. When you're up, you don't need to. The ball is in the opponent's court to overcommit and spam more stuff into you. And when they're down elixir, then you take full advantage of the situation. You pop off with your mortar, your graveyard, and you put on the pressure. So he has to defend against the graveyard, but if he doesn't defend against this mortar, he's also going to take a ton of damage too. He has to. Wait. I think what we can do here is maybe going for the ability of the monk to knock back the royal giant shots. I wonder if this works. Yeah, look at the royal giant. It's not able to hit it. Yo, that was so derpy. That was ridiculously fun. And now the fun hasn't even begun because we can go for a poison. We should also be able to go in for another mortar here if we want, but it's probably better to go Ice Spirit and then get to a tornado, I think, just so that the wizard doesn't die. As long as the wizard doesn't... Oh my gosh, wizard, what are you doing? Where are you going, my guy? That was not it, my dude, at all. That was spectacularly scary. Yo, he is coming through with so much damage potential right now with this RG. Wait, if we just get the monk pulled, we might win the game. We just need the monk to cross the river. Monk just needs to cross the river. Please, it's not going to. Oh, that's so sad. If it did, we would have won the game. Wait, it's going to cross. It's going to cross. No, it died. Oh, Clash Royale is trolling me so hard. It is trolling me so hard. And he lightnings too? The audacity from this guy. Wait, if I don't go in for a mortar right now, we might lose. I need to go for the mortar right now. Like, lightning should take me out. Is he going to Royal Giant? Is he going to Lightning? Or is the Skeleton's going to take it? Wow! Let's freaking go! We were well within lightning range, and if we didn't get the mortar shot on the tower there, we would have lost the game. And that's why win conditions that spawn on your opponent's tower are the best in pro-level gameplay. And that close match puts us at 4,800 in the world. Every game has been pretty intense today and a lot of fun. Mike the MLG Pro. So you already know if he's a pro, then he has to show it. He has to showcase his skill, and we won't believe him until he does. I'm going to go in for an Ice Spirit, and we could go for a Monk if we wanted to, but it's a little bit better for us to just go in for the Poison here. Finishing off the Firecracker is ideal. I hate that the Firecracker splashes on my tower like that. If he wants to go Hog Rider, it's going to be harder for us to activate King Tower here. We're still going to try to, but I think the Dagger Duchess kills it. No! That's awesome! I guess he depleted the daggers from the Duchess, so then the Dagger Duchess didn't kill the Hog Rider. 90% of the time when you try to activate King Tower, it's just not going to work. So we'll take it. That was awesome for us. We're not going to say it's calculated. We were testing it for science, and it worked out, though. So I wonder if he's going to Firecracker into this. I feel like it's probably not the play. Yeah, let's go Wizard and just try to win this interaction. If we can, I'll be a pretty happy sir. We're going to go and use our Monk ability if we can, please. Not great. Monk just died and gave us a nothing. I'm a slightly sad sir. However, Firecracker is going to go in the wrong side here for him. Also, with the Dagger Duchess, I'm not going to take that much damage from his Hog Riders. So it's nice to get to later stages of the match. And if we can't break through with the Mortar because he's going to have Earthquake, then we might be able to win with our Graveyard. Also, going for this high Mortar is phenomenal because it puts on the pressure to the opponent. Then they have to spend extra elixir. So I'm going to go for an Ice Spirit, but I'm going to drop it lower. So when our King Tower is engaged, that's when we want to Ice Spirit. Reason is, if you Ice Spirit and then the Hog Rider is stunned really close to the King Tower can help out. But if it isn't, then you're feeling like a failure. Obviously, we're making a prediction here because I'm not trash at the game. We would like to trash our opponent's towers and not get trashed by his Firecracker. Look at that massive outplay that we just did to that dude. We used his Firecracker to blast his tower and made him feel like a failure because he was trying to get damage on me and feeling like a cheeky, chippy lad. And I feel like he's not chipper after that. He's definitely not happy. Also, using the Earthquake means that he has to go in for a Tesla on top of this Mortar and maybe a Hog Rider. So I'm going to go for a Wizard, and I think that the Wizard will be funny because it should be able to give us a lot of value. Also, the Tornado is... Oh, no, wait. The Mortar's on the tower again. There's no way. There's no way we're out here with it. Let's go, baby. All right, we can go for high guards to say hello to a Hog Rider with a Monk and an Ice Spirit if we want. And then the guards will take some damage, but it's not the end of the world. Obviously, the Firecracker is the main worry here. We're just going to Wizard on it and then finish it off and then use the Monk with a Graveyard. Reason why we're playing like this is because if the Monk crosses the river, then we should be fine with a Graveyard tank for a considerable period of time. Like, the Graveyard tank is just flowing. The Monk still isn't dead. And then the Skeletons are still swarming him as well. This is beautiful. I'm going to go in for a Mortar here, and, man, I'm still not used to that. The fact that the Tesla has 2 shocks is really ridiculous, and pro players are calling it out as overpowered. They're saying that Clash Royale might have messed up a little bit, and they're calling for Clash to change that, and they're saying that, hey, the double shockwave is a little bit overpowered. I agree, but y'all let me know down below in the comment section. Would you nerf the Evolved Tesla, or do you think it's okay as is? So we're going to go for another Graveyard here. We'd love to go for a Poison, but I can't guarantee it's going to be the best play in the world. We could Tornado on a Hog Rider because Ice Golem popped, so... The Hog Rider is going to be just by itself, enabling us to potentially win with Poison plus Tornado. I actually don't know how much Poison does anymore. Ever since it got nerfed with the tower damage, it's not near as much as it used to be. All right, we can go for guards, and I would love to Tornado back the Mighty Miner that he's going to drop. Oh, he's just dead. He doesn't want to try. So, yeah. Usually what they'll do is they'll stop the Monk from crossing the river, because if the Monk crosses the river into a Dagger Duchess, you immediately get 500 damage guaranteed by popping the ability. Since he has a Princess Tower, it's a little bit less damage, but it's still enough for us to close out the match. In Clash Royale lore, I'm pretty sure that Monk and Hog Rider are related, so it's nice for Hog Rider to finally respect its elders. And our Monk has bounced us up to 3,800 in the world, while our opponent is left reflecting on his loss. This guy's got the triple dragons assembled in the banner, and I would love to play against dragons because we got a Wizard to make them vanish. So I'm going to go for a Mortar immediately and try to play pretty aggressive. I don't necessarily know if we're going to get that much damage. We do go directly into a Void Spell, which is one of the worst spells to play against when you are running a Mortar. However, it's still not a terrible trade because, you know, we're also aiming for spamming the Mortar evolution. So maybe we can win a game with that today. Guys got Golem. Oh my gosh, bro. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for the Golem Void, not gonna lie. This might send me down a spiral that we get voided down to doom. Anyway, we want to be going for a wizard in the back in the same side. It's unlikely that he gets back to the void immediately. So we should be chill here as long as he doesn't go for a fisherman or something frisky. He's going to tornado, so that's what I was expecting. I was expecting something frisky. I didn't know how risky he was going to go, though. He's also going to go for a bomber, so he's going balls to the walls offense. He's dropping everything he's got. So we should be chill here. I think we can ice spear. I think it dies, actually. Yeah, it gets one shot by a bomber, which is a weird interaction. I just didn't remember that. I was like, for science. And then, you know, the science experiment blew up in my face, literally. It's instantaneous combustion, but it'd be what it be. Let's pop the ability when we get enough elixir. I think this is good. If we can get it. No! Clash Royale, why you troll me so? This is not good, bro. Even if the Electric Dragon is able to finish it off, I guess. If he doesn't support it, it's good. If he doesn't support it and he lets this Electric Dragon wander into the wilderness, stranded alone without any food, water, or shelter, it dies. 5 elixir down the drain. So a phenomenal position for us if we play this correctly, because I can go for a mortar and then I can use our evolved wizard on defense and not take much damage. Even if he goes in for a void, we're to get ready with our guard, so we should be able to protect this. I wonder if he's going to go in for the void spell on that, or if he's going to try to drop it on our wizard. You know what, screw it. Let's just go for a void counter with our wizard and then go in for guards. Just drop everything together. Why like, what does it matter? It's fine, right? We're chilling. We're vibing. We're here for it. Wizard just needs to be smart and retarget itself right back onto that. Yes. Pop the monk ability, pop the dagger duchess's daggers, and now he's got nothing to counter the graveyard besides an evolved bomber. And then the wizard splashes onto the tower to add insult to injury and flame our opponent. It's like, hey, we got flamed at the start. We probably got flamed for our bad plays, and now it's our time to pop off. We're to poison. We're also going to go in for our guards here. Probably not the best defensive sequence available, but it is what we're going to do, and then we'll use the monk to knock and bop back the golem. We can also go in for an ice spirit here to stun the golem, and then we can go in for a mortar, so then his electric dragon locks onto that, and he can't tornado units. If we tornadoed like a unit near the monk, he could have gotten a lot more damage, so that would have been traumatic for me. I'm also going to go for a graveyard and a poison, because I think I'm allowed to do that, and then I can ice spirit, and then I can go in for some other stuff afterward. If you guys are wondering why I'm playing this so defensively right now, it's because when you play against a golem deck that's really, really annoying, you don't want to throw the game by playing too ostentatiously, like, hey, I'm going to go in for a super showy play, and like, I might lose the game off this. That's like one of the worst feelings of the game, when you just go all in for the win, and you fall flat on your face. Even when he goes in for a golem, we're going to tornado it away, so it will die super far away from our tower, and then we can go for a monk here to finish off that. And then when it crosses the river, we should win the game, because we can pop the ability. And then it reflects 500 damage. We poison. We walk with win. I love monk, because in tight situations... Oh, wait. Okay, we win. I was like, we can always count on him to walk with a W. He's keeping us calm in his meditative state, and we love him. But, you know, that was a little bit more sketch than I wanted it to be. I wanted to look away from the match, having the game all locked up, but when the man went in for the void, I had to body block it with the guards. They stayed true to their name, though, guarding our tower and securing the win. A huge tip to win more matches with this deck is using your monk on offense in situations like that. Seizing 500 damage so you can poison cycle is an absolute game changer. And if they try to body block your monk from crossing the river, you can always tornado their units back, so your monk has room to cross and win you the game. So the kind people in our community mathed out the poison tower damage. It does 264 damage to tower after the nerf. So it feels a little bit weird, but poison now actually does less damage than a fireball does to the tower, which is something that has never happened in Clash Royale history before. Anyway, we're going to be going in for a monk in the back. I think that they did around even damage before, but poison has always done more, at least from what I remember. So I'm going to go in for a guards here, and I could pop the ability of the monk. Oh, I'm definitely popping the monk ability. Is the fisherman? No, the fisherman didn't yoink it. Oh, that's rough. Because then the wizard would have hit it as well, and then the other dagger duchess would have hit it. That would have been a phenomenal sequence for us. And everything was shattered by the wizard just not dying. Dang it. So he would have wasted 5 elixir, and I probably would have been able to go for a spontaneous graveyard and instantly snag the match. Anyway, we see wizard, we see royal ghost. It's probably a royal giant deck, if I had to guess. If we're playing against RG, a king tower activation wouldn't help me that much, but I probably will take it against this ghost if I can do it. I think we can as well, so we'll see if it works. Oh, yes. On its last dying breath, it worked out phenomenally. I'm going to go for guards here in case the guy wants to go for fisherman and we make the prediction. And yeah, I mean, I think that's a good play. I'll take that 9 times out of 10. The only time I won't is when I'm kind of trolling. Anyway, we're not popping the ability yet because I don't think it's worth it. The monk will just do more damage since the Dagger Duchess has nothing in its arsenal. It has no ammo, so why would I pop that when it doesn't make sense to, you know? It only makes sense when you're actually going to be able to reflect units and reflect daggers back. We're hoping he drops a Royal Giant on the left-hand side because that's where he doesn't have any of his damage. Well, he doesn't have damage on either side, actually. Oops. I thought he got damage on the right-hand side for whatever reason. We're going to Ice Spirit, make a prediction on the Fisherman, then go in for a Monk and not get Fisherman, apparently. Interestingly enough, he just sacks the RG like it's his job. Wait, we have a Wizard and a Monk counter pushing. This is scary for our guy because I can Graveyard as well. He has no daggers left over. That freaking Monk is an animal. It literally ate all the daggers alive. The Ghost is going to be a particularly big problem for us, but it is what it is. I'm going to go for a poison here, and I think that the Fisherman dies, and I think the Wizard dies as well. I'm not 100% guaranteeing anything because I don't even know this interaction against the Evolved Wizard. I guess the Wizard doesn't die, but it will die to the tower. So, you know, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. We can go for guards here and then use the Monk and maybe make something happen. I don't love this, but it's always a possibility to get value. Wait, how is our Wizard not dying? How is his Wizard locked onto our Monk? I don't understand how this is happening, but I am an enjoyer of this experience. Wizard staying alive, Monk staying alive. Now he can thrive with the Mortar because he has to spend all of his elixir in the freaking graveyard, and then he has like no elixir left over. And then he has to defend against skeletons, graveyard, goblins, Monk, everything. It's just really wild. Wait. Tornado. Hit the tower, hit the tower, baby. One flying goblin for the win. It's so uncontrollably derpy, and that's why Mortar is my favorite evolution to play in the game. It might not be the absolute best one, but it is by far the most fun one. It's unreasonably satisfying to see a goblin fly through the arena, land on the tower, and deal 500 damage every time. While the goblin's flying, your opponent's dying and crying. Monk punch the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more daily content, and have an incredible rest of your day.